Yeah. So guys, in Salesforce, okay. So you guys have already seen the security model. Okay. So today we will learn about the sharing model. Okay. Security model was having permission set profiles, which were the top level. And then further, they also follow the sharing model for the security of the records. Okay. So I repeat, profile and permission set, they handles the security, which means the visibility of fields, applications, objects, and everything. Okay. Like login policies, also layouts, record types, and everything. At the same time, the sharing rules handles the sharing of the record. So the security for the records is being handled by the sharing rule and OWD both, and also the manual share. These three things. So we will learn about how those records are being shared between users. Okay. So when it comes to the theory aspect, this comes in picture when you don't have view all and modify all permission on objects for profile. Okay. So to understand this line, like again, I repeat, this comes in the picture when you don't have viewer and modify all permission on the object for profile or permission set. Okay. I mean, the user which is, logged in or working, he should not have the viewer and modify permission through profile or through permission set. He should not have that permission set. And how can you find it out? That's again a question. So you have to go to user. Okay. So whichever user, let's suppose right now logged in user is present here. Okay. I'll go here for this user. Once I go here, I go to user details. Okay. So here, if you guys see, there is a field called profile. Okay. In which you will be having the complete permissions. You guys are already know all permissions are present in this profile. Permission set is here, which you guys will be assigned with. Okay, so here these two permission sets. So these two permission sets should not have the object level permissions as modify all and view all, for which you guys are looking for, because there are a lot of objects, but for which record sharing you are looking for. Let's suppose the account object. Okay, this account object is there. Okay, I'll open a duplicate record, duplicate tab basically. So this one. So this account record permission is there with Devakar. Now, tomorrow, if Pradeep logs in, okay, he may not have this permission to see this record. Okay, because on Pradeep's profile for the account label, there is no view all and modify all. When I say view all, it means he can see all the record of the Salesforce. Modify all means he can see and modify all the record of the Salesforce, irrespective of he is owner or he is not owner. He can even modify the record of CEO. I repeat, he can modify the record of CEO also. CEO has created some record. If modify all is there for that particular object, he can modify. So in order to stop this security breach, okay, there is a concept of sharing model in Salesforce. Okay, so first you have to make sure before going for sharing model, you have to make sure that the object permissions, okay, you have to go to object permission section, this one. Okay, you should not have view all and modify all on the profile level, else the person who has this view all and modify all can modify any record in Salesforce. He's a super user, system admin, so he can do it, but any other profile should not do this. Okay, but there are some exception case, guys. Okay, you guys know, right? There are exceptions when somebody is out of office and he need access, right? He need access at that time. They need the sharing, so they cannot. If they update it on profile level, everybody will get access. Whoever has this profile, right? But when somebody goes out of office, there is a backup user, so only he should have access for the records. Okay, and that too for his teammates. Okay, not about, because if account can be handled by 10 teams, right? If view all is there, modify all is there, all the 10 team user record can be updated by that particular user who has that profile. So we cannot give access from profile label. Remember this. Okay, viewer and modify all is only for system admin. It's not suggested for any other profiles. So for other profile, what is suggested is create sharing rules or create OWD. I mean, build OWD for them. So sharing rules can be created under sharing settings. Okay, so you have to go to sharing settings, and here is the place where you can do all such development and modification. Now, if you guys see sharing settings, here you have OWD. Okay, and if you come down, you also have sharing settings. Okay, you see there are sharing rules. In the sharing settings, there are two things: sharing rules and OWD, which is nothing but organization-wide settings. Okay, these are the above. You will see organization-wide settings. Below, you will see the sharing rules. Now, first is what is OWD. Okay, so OWD is nothing but the organization-wide default. So if you give permission for lead object, public read write, it means, and transfer. Transfer case is only available for lead and cases. You will only see the transfer case for them because you can transfer leads which came in and cases to another user. Okay, so that is only a particular use case where you can assign. Okay, any question, guys, so far?
No, fine.
Great. Now moving next. One second. So going ahead, you have public read write. Okay, most of them. So OWD are having of three types. Okay, you click on edit. There are three types: public read write, and private. So these are the three major OWDs. Okay, remember this, guys. This is an interview question. What are the OWD settings available for Salesforce? So you can say there are 5. Okay, eventually, but main are 3: private, public read write. Okay, 4th is public read write transfer, this one. Okay, 5th is controlled by parent, this one. Okay, when you get all this, now we will discuss about that. When it comes to lead and case, you will only have this additional called transfer. Private means only the user who has created the record can see the record, only that user for this object. Okay, if somebody has made it lead as private, okay, so it means only the person who is creating the lead can see his record, and his peer who is like Devakar can see his record, and Pradeep can see his record. He cannot, they both cannot see each other's record if it is private. But if you made it public read, Pradeep can see Devakar's record but cannot modify it. Same time, Devakar can see Pradeep's record but cannot modify. But when it comes to public read write, you both can modify each other's record. When it comes to transfer, you can transfer. It means you can, share your one record, or you can send the ownership to you because each other. You can swap the owners. So that's where the transfer works. Control by parent is when there is a master detail relationship. Remember, you guys have learned about master detail. Everything will be managed by master. Remember, owner field was not there on child. It was present on the master record. And master record was handling the permission for the child record. So that's the reason it's controlled by parent. So order will have a master detail relationship with other object, and that other object will be handling it. So that's the reason it is controlled by parent. Okay. So having said that, if I reiterate, whenever profile or permission set does not have view all and modify all, everything comes to the OWD. Okay, so that's the flow. After profile permission set, it comes to OWD. If it is public read write, you don't need sharing rules, the one which you guys were seeing. Okay, it ends here. That's it. Because you already have public read write, right? Sharing rule means it will extend the share of record. Okay, I repeat, this particular graph is top to bottom. If profile already have view all and modify all, you don't need OWD, you don't need sharing rule, you don't need manual share because everything is already there and set. Okay. Second is, if let's suppose profile and permission set does not have view all and modify all, it comes to OWD file. OWD is private, then it will go to sharing rule, else it will not go. If it is public read, then it will go to sharing rule because sharing rule can do public read write. Extra permission it can give. But when it comes to OWD, which is public read write, nothing is needed. No extra permission is needed. So sharing rule will not come into the picture. Any doubt so far? Let me write this also because this is little confusing, guys. Okay. So there is a model. First is profile and permission set. Okay. If they have view all and modify all, no need of OWD and sharing rule. Okay. Second comes in the picture when no modify all and no view all. Yeah, no view all. Then OWD comes. OWD comes in picture. Okay. Third, if OWD is private or public read, okay, then only sharing rule comes in picture. Okay. Fourth, if sharing rule is public read, then only manual share will come in picture for that particular criteria or sharing model. Okay. So because reason being, if it is public read write, guys, sharing rule will never come in picture. Okay. 1 second, guys.